Sorry I'm a little bit late, guys. Late start. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, that's jizz. Alright. Let's like to start off Monday Night Chat with a prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this bountiful meal we're about to receive tonight, and thank you for the live stream and anyone who's watching this live stream. I want to thank you for the 1,000 subscribers that we obtained as a group, that this holy order may benefit you in some way. I know not the reason, but I want to thank you, Lord, from the bottom of my heart that we are here and on this beautiful Monday night chat with you again. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So, it's been a long week. If you're watching this in the future, I want to thank you for watching my live streams. I know there's a core group of my audience that watch my content, and I appreciate all you. As we grow, we're planning the hike video. We're just waiting until it warms up just a little bit, tad bit more. We got 2 other members in the group that are going to go in the hike again, just like the last video. We're going to be going in full kit this time with the placard added onto it. So it's going to be quite the challenge. It's going to be about 50, I'd say 60 pounds of gear. Easily 60 pounds of gear just with the armor alone. So, and we haven't chosen a hiking location yet, so we're still looking on the lookout what to do. I kind of want to do Broken Arrow again, but we're going to look for more flat area this time. And there's some more discussion to be had as well. If I should tie the tent series in with that as well. If we can do some camping, that'd be kind of fun. But I'll have to get your guys' thought on that. Ugh. Oh. How's it going? Thank you. Good like. I appreciate it. I don't know who's watching, but thank you all for joining us. Finally back on schedule with Monday nights. It's been a very chaotic month. Ugh. But I want to thank you all that have been watching the Monday nights, even though they've been somewhat inconsistent this past month. But I try to at least do one live stream for the Monday night, even if it's moved to a Wednesday or something. And I try to do a variety of things on Monday night, whether it be, we talk about discussion of God, whether we talk about armor, weaponry, or we talk about planting, doing that for the garden, kind of reduce costs overall for the channel. Not only that, bring more content as well, because I want to know how much it costs to bring, because Knights had a few things. They had livestock and land. So that'd be some of the goals I have for this channel. Hey, how's it going? And of course, during the winter time, SCA practices are very infrequent, so I've been trying to get you guys as much content as possible that's medieval related, Crusader-ish, so or 14th century style armor. So whether it be video games or art or what have you. So. Okay, like the decor. Oh, of course you can't see this other pole arm on the screen. So let me move that over. Bam! Can you see them both now? Yeah, made it myself. So this is 18 gauge steel. The obstacle when you first make armor is what you're going for. The template, the design, how it functions and goes on you, right? And then you worry about aesthetics later. So if you ever look at my series, I actually started this front plate from a satellite dish because they removed a satellite dish from our property, but they left the old dish on the property. So there's just 16 gauge steel just sitting there. So I just took a grinder, cut it all out, and I used templates from a late 14th century cuirass. I'm working the placard now. Anthony. I don't know what that means. Maybe you're referring to the haircut I had at one time. Like, it was a Norman style haircut. It looks like a Karen haircut. It's actually my earlier, I think, August. So every season, every new season I have on this channel, which starts around late July, August, I get new haircuts. Yeah. I don't know what it's, I don't think it's, yeah, that's a Norman style haircut was what I took it from. I guess there's another style trendy haircut here lately. I saw a few memes of it. Is that what you're referring to? Yo, Ben, guess what? I don't know who Ben is. Oh, the other Ben. Yeah, I saw that. Funny enough, the way the guy did that haircut, that's how I had to do it. I had to take my my padded coif, put it on my head, and just like shade, because my missus wouldn't cut the back of my hair. So I was like, all right, do it myself. So I kind of did it like that meme there, where they put something on. So, and next season I'm gonna do another style haircut that's a Crusader. I was thinking either like the Friar Tuck haircut or something of that nature. I haven't decided yet. Because unfortunately I have to interact with mundane people, so I can't always do haircuts like that. Nice. Yeah, I'm very boring with my actual day-to-day haircuts. It's just this, comb over, good to go. Yep. The alpaca. That's that one that's up here that I'm trying to think of, like, not a Gen Z haircut, but it's that. Because for a while there they had the spaghetti ramen haircut in the early thousands, and I don't keep up with hair trends, but I see them every now and then. So I feel like the most popular ones, I guess. Ugh. Yeah, peace out. Thanks for stopping by. It helps with the algorithm, helps with watch times, and as we grow this channel, it all helps. And just hope I can bring more medieval content to you guys, especially you. Thank you for stopping by. It seems like you're a regular. I can't memorize everyone's names, but eventually I'll get a hang of who's watching and whatnot. So I'll see you around the next one. So. Yeah, sweet. Always need more subs. We just crossed over 1,000 about 2 weeks ago, so. See any dragons lately like to Azeroth? Dragons? No. Not that I'm aware of. We don't fight dragons in the SCA. We mainly just beat the crap out of each other with sticks. That's the. We just whack each other. If you watch the videos, we're like, bam. One of our guys actually got injured the last practice I was at. He got sent to the hospital. So I don't feel bad anymore wearing the amount of armor I do, because he took a side shot pretty hard, and it just looked like a blood sausage on his side, a hematode, I think they call it. So he had some bleeding in between his skin and his abdominal muscle, I guess. So he was in there for about a day or two, I guess. So it was pretty intense. First time seeing someone injured in like a long while. Most people get concussions out there. Mine was like, I got like a finger injury. So, hey, I ran. Awesome, Persia. Pretty good. You guys got that, oh, what was it? I saw that. It was a pizza. It was on what was that guy's name? Ray William Johnson. He talked about like how Iran was out Americans. Oh, that's a great movie, by the way. Okay, I'm doing pretty good from Iran. I'm from Duluth, Minnesota, but the guy doesn't want to get into my medieval talk. I have another channel that gets into it with me. It talks about witches and dragons. I mean, if you're talking about like historical dragons, they theorize that they're possibly they saw actual dinosaurs, right? The feathered kind. There's a meme going around. I'll have to share that meme at some point where they like medieval nonsense and it shows a feathered T-Rex, and then it shows the progression of the dinosaur, right? 1950s, 1930s, modern, and then it says current, and it looks like the one from the medieval times where it's all feathered. I'll have to share that. But I mean, there is real dragons. Like if you consider the Komodo dragon a dragon, that is a real dragon that spits and is pretty deadly. So I guess you could fight something like that. I'd rather not. That thing eats cows. But I like drawing the medieval style dragons and whatnot. Yeah, it is. I've seen them in kind of in action. They're kind of scary. Like they just eat people. Like oh man. It's like oh that's a deer. Yeah, I'm gonna eat you. And they're surprisingly fast. So I guess if you want to be a ye old knight slaying dragons, you can go to Indonesia and go attack some. Have at thee, Komodo. Or you can go to Amazon and take on anacondas, right? Giant anacondas. Or the Australian crocodile or croc or whatever it is. That thing's big. Saltwater croc. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. I'm not from Australia, so I couldn't tell you. So one of the things I need to add, I'll probably do that here because I'm getting a forge in my backyard. I'm setting up the entire armory and everything out there. I gotta add a pommel because this thing is not weighted the way I want it to, right? So when I throw a shot, it kind of overcommits, and I don't want to do that. And I gotta practice more with this thing because when you wear a gauntlet like this, you lose a lot of your flexibility as you would with a hand, right? Just with your standard hand, you don't realize how much flexibility you have in there, right? So with your fingers, you can do that, right? So I can't really do that with the gauntlets. I can kind of do it. So it's just a different fighting style when you're wearing clamshell gauntlets like this. So I can kind of, not really. So pros and cons of clamshell. Like you got ultimate protection, protecting your fingers from being individually broken. I've seen people on the field when I was practicing the SCA years ago. Every night they break a thumb or break a finger every single night. These are the live steel guys, the boo hurts, right? So I like my hands, so as you can tell. So these are well padded and well insulated from most attacks. I did find in one of my bouts with Sir Idris, he went with the buckler. I found out this thing bites. Like if I hold my sword like that, this metal will bite on my thumb. And they actually almost split my thumb open. So that was pretty interesting. So I have to be very careful how I hold my weapons in the future, because when they go to press on this, the edge of that will go into my thumb. So I just gotta be very mindful of that. So there's just some things you don't even think about, right? Because you think you're well protected and whatnot until you're not. that kind of hurt. But you know, it was nothing in light of like I said, my buddy who got hit in the side. I'm not sure what got him, and he sent to the hospital that night. So, and then I got told that day too that this thing is too soft on the edges, so I'm gonna have to take rattan from this weapon right here, because it's kind of round. You see the handle there? It's kind of rounded. So I'm going to take a strip of this and add it to the edges of this other pole arm, and it's called a clacker. So I guess they wanted me to add something a little bit more hefty so they can call the shots. I was trying to be nice, but I guess they wanted me to be more mean, I guess. Because I hear they hate getting hit by that thing. So I try to be gentle. I really do. So, and at some point I gotta add a third weapon to this, a service weapon, because these are training weapons. So these weapons are overtuned. They're extremely thick. So it's supposed to be 1.25 inches is what the most people go out there with, as light as possible. And the reason for that is just, I guess, for speed. So I'm a little bit slower than most people with these things, but I hit a lot harder. I have to use a lot less force to get this to hit as hard as I wanted to. I also have another benefit of this as well that they didn't think about. Since this is so rigid, when they go to whip around me, I can force the weapon out of the way, because their weapons are like basically almost like pool noodles when compared to this thing. So that was kind of nice. Anytime we do matches where we're tangling up our weapons, or because the pole arm like this, you're doing a lot of edge manipulation with the head there. Catch the weapon, push it to the side, whatever. I have more control than they do. They just have more speed, so speed beats power any day. So I also got to work on the Pell. The Pell's kind of been down for about, I'd say, 3 months. Kind of broke it. The real cat, you are not a dragon, nor a king. I'm not a king. The real cat, you are not a dragon. I don't know what that means. Am I some sort of kitty cat? Meow? I don't know. Meow, meow. It's that Pop-Tart cat. Nyan cat? Is that what I am? Well, no, I'm not a king. I don't do the SCA politics. I don't even do the nightly stuff. So I'm just a man at arms. So yeah, I'm neither of those things. I don't think I'm a dragon either. So at least I don't think so. Nope, just a humble man at arms. I also gotta add, so I refixed or retaped the thrusting tip on this thing. There's a soft tip on the end of this, which prevents the rattan from dealing a deadly blow, which it can seriously do. I need to add this black tape to it so they know there's a thrusting tip. Well, this is a sport, so you actually when you use real weapons, you actually lose authenticity, because you're trying to not kill your opponent. So thus you can't do a lot of the moves you want to do. A lot of thrust, a lot of throws. You gotta hold back a lot. So, like if you ever watch Boo Herd, look it up. they only hack. You'll never see them thrust. Reason being, because they can kill one another. So we're not reenacting. We are hitting each other with full force, full contact sport. That's what we're doing, if that makes sense. So it's not going for authenticity. The SCA is not all about authenticity. Society of Creative Anachronism. So. Think medieval paintball, I guess. That's probably the best way to describe it. Because there's true reenactors that are reenacting actual historical battles, and there's the SCA, which they have essentially teams, kingdoms, and they fight for whatever, right? So I don't get into that politics. I don't get into that other stuff. So a whole different thing if you're into that. There's so much you can do in the SCA. Right now I'm doing a lot of artwork, fabric crafting, metal crafting. So I made this entire suit of armor, like head to toe. Made all these weapons. So this is a rattan weapon. This is like, I think it's a hose with camping foam on the top. This is just to not add too much weight to the weapon. I could do steel on here, but I want to put most of the weight on the pommel as to bring the center of gravity down even more. It's somewhere like over here, right? So this thing's kind of hard to swing. I kind of want to bring it more closer to the edge or hilt, somewhere right there. So I need a pommel. That answers your question about what we do. In fact, I have a video of what real weapons kind of simulate, like what we're simulating. There's a reason you don't use real weapons in armor, because you can legit kill someone. So yeah. That's why you have video games. Play Half Sword if you want to actually see what like historical kind of. It's kind of goofy in some sense, but it gets a lot right. Half Sword, it's free. It's on Steam. Check that out. You get your lines of attack in there. You go for the gaps, right? And then you understand why it's a one-hit system in the SCA, because we're simulating if you were to get hit in the face with a sharp weapon, you're basically out. So my friend always said that, yeah, of course it's even like modern combat. It's essentially tag at range. So yes. I'm going to be adding, I think, another member to our group. I'm going to be building some circuits for us, building armor for him. I'm going to be using this as a template for his. Probably not the same faceplate, just because this is kind of an advanced faceplate. Guy used a laser cutter to get this one. So, and this thing needs to be polished up. So, it has seen better days. I actually need to get, at some point in the future, I need to get with my other Knight here and put in spring steel with, it's like a backing, and instead of using the strap to secure the faceplate, it's going to be pins. So that way I can pop this thing on and off to get drink, talk to people, whatever. So right now it's kind of a hassle to take the strap off, put it on. Here, I'll show you what that looks like. I'm sure everyone's dying to see the hem. So in the helm harness, there's this strap here that secures the helmet from the faceplate ever contacting your face. So when we get actually hit by the rattan weapon, doesn't hurt us. And they hit full force, so you want a strap to keep that metal from touching your face ever. Of course, the sides are also about a ½ inch from my head, so taking side shots rings my ears a little bit, but doesn't hurt too bad. There is impact foam on the top, so And kind of the same thing goes for these gauntlets. So, 16 gauge steel, mild steel, so they do, let's see, oh, it's this one right here. That one, I got hit with a great sword, about a 6.5 foot long weapon. Dude clapped me pretty good. If that gauntlet wasn't there, my wrist would be broken and gone. So. Yeah, I love these things. They're worth every penny. Every single penny. If you go on Etsy, there's a guy, HPC Armory. He sells these. I don't know how much they cost now. When I bought them, they're about $360. But getting a good pair of gauntlets, if you're going to go with pole arms like this, I highly recommend, because you don't want to cheap out on your gauntlets. The helm, you can kind of get away with going fairly cheap in the $300 range, as long as it's 14 gauge steel top, 16 gauge steel side. But most people recommend doing 12 top, 14 side. It'll add weight, but it'll protect your noggin, because these guys hit really hard, and they mainly target the head. And this thing weighs about, I think 19 pounds is what I weighed it at. So this helmet's about 19 pounds on my head. I think it's a 1/4 inch front plate. So it's a pretty hefty front plate. That thing saved my face from being busted open by a spear. I still remember going the War of the Phoenix in 2024, beginning of that year. Spearmen are king of the battlefield. And we were just sieging the castle, which is like hay bales. They do like 2 layers high, so you kind of get a visual, because you don't want anything falling on anyone. So they keep everyone safe on the battlefield. But anyways, we breached through their lines, and I got overzealous with trying to get through on the left flank, and I immediately paid with a spear to the face, put my teeth in the back of my throat. Best way to describe it. I think in the second to last fight of the day, we were doing hold the castle, or hold, kind of like King of the Hill. You just hold the castle as long as possible. And a dude had a great sword, 6.5 foot long thing like this, or a little bit longer than this, so like that, stabbed me in the throat. That kind of caught me off guard and flattened me to the ground. I think there's a video of me getting knocked down the ground somewhere as well. I'll have to find it and put it as a short. But that is, you want to make sure to wear a gorget as well, leather in the front, steel backing, because you don't want to be paralyzed. So it's better to be over armored than under armored. But some people may disagree with that, and they go minimums, which is like elbows, knees, cup, gorget, helm, and kidney protection. That's it. You can literally go in the field, no chest protection. I do not recommend doing that, especially in a war. The Castle Wars 2023, we did a initial push, and there's some fellow Crusaders in front of me. And when we did a massive push, because I braced on their back, because we were told to do this, and push against the enemy line to get their lines out of the way, apparently that dude cracked a rib. And I felt a little guilty afterwards, but at the same time, like, you should be wearing decent armor instead of just squishy chainmail. But I mean, we all sign up for that. That's why we get authorized, and that's what we signed off on the waivers. Anything that happens is basically you're responsible for it. So you're responsible for your safety. You're going out there deliberately getting beaten up. And I have some videos as well, if you want to check the channel. I think it's Castle War 2023. I have a bunch of clips of as much as I can get. Like, I do not have a dedicated camera crew, so getting good photography is very difficult, because I'm trying to fight and do footage at the same time. At the practices, it's a little easier because it's more controlled. I can literally just get there, set the camera where I normally sit, aim it in general vicinity where I think we're going to be fighting in, and then what I do from there is just capture moments and then share with you guys. So, and there's a link in, I don't know if it's in this description, but at least on my channel, to our group page. You guys check us out. They'll have events and all sorts of things about the Shire of Glen Ree. It's in northern Alabama, so if you guys are in northern Alabama, check us out. Oh, forgot to show my shield. So this, I actually made this entire thing. This is made of 3/4 plywood. So I even did the curvature on it as well. So you put it on a jig, you basically hold it down with enough pressure. It's two plywood sheets of similar size, same shape and everything, and then you glue the ever-living snot out of it, and then you use ratchet ties on the jig to bend it, and you let it sit there for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, and then you're good to go. Well, actually, you don't cut out the whole shape yet. Sorry, my mistake. But the process is you get 2 rectangles, glue them together, bend them, and then once you get the finished product after a couple days, then you cut out the shape. That's the process. Sorry, let me correct myself, because I would hate anyone to cut out 2 shapes, glue them together, bend them, and then get like uneven shield. And use a jigsaw. So, and I try to go as only hand tools, right? So I try to use very little power tools as possible in my builds, but there's some things like I can't get away with, or it'd be more difficult than I'd like it to be. Like drilling, one of them. So jigsaw is just nice and convenient. But I am planning on working on a medieval lathe. I saw a design for that, and I actually have some wood for that. So I thought it'd be kind of nice to do a lathe and see how they did it back in the day, and just work with that. And it's like a percussive lathe, so it's a little bit different than a modern lathe where it just continuously rotates. So it's like a giant bow, or it's a string. It's kind of like a bow, I guess the way to describe it, because it flexes in, flexes out, and it just goes forward, goes backwards, because it's on a string. So it's very interesting seeing that thing go. If you ever see a medieval lathe, check it out. And people make bowls with it and everything, so I'm gonna have to look at some designs and get that, put that in the queue of projects I gotta do. There's a couple I gotta finish. Tent projects, so I can go camping on that. Got the garden project, I'm sure you guys saw that. Been working on getting tomatoes started, garlic, a bunch of other things. So it should be amazing. So. Wrong hand. And when we get the tent going, I'd like to do some of the live streams outdoors, like in the tent. Like I'd have to look up some lighting options. So, because just camping is a ton of fun. If you guys ever done it, it's amazing. So it's just so enjoyable. That I also got to test the tent for waterproofing and being comfortable, space usage, all that stuff. And then I have to think about what to add to it. So, and just build everything out of wood, make everything as authentically medieval-ish looking as possible. I think that's what they strive for. As long as you're attempting medieval look, you're good. So, and the handcart, I like the handcart. I want to construct a new wheel set for that thing. So eventually I'll be working on another series for making a new wheel set, since my first wheels aren't perfectly round. So wheels are hard, I learned. So, but I thought of a different way to actually construct the spoke system, because the folds weren't that difficult. I think I just did it how I went about it, kind of did it incorrectly to get it round like it should be. So it's just going to be a lot of trial and error on the next one, but I have a plan this time to get it right and perfect. But the wheels are very nice sounding when you go in the field, and it sounds like a medieval handcart. And I think the wheels I have are a little bit small, but I designed them specifically just for the park we go to, which is pretty linear and flat. But I need to make some off wheels, a wheels, off road wheels. So to go off road, you just make the wheels bigger, essentially. And thank you guys for the likes. I like all that. Try to get this to 1,000 likes. That'd be kind of awesome. Or 1,000,000 likes. I'm just kidding. I can't believe it's 2025. You guys think about that? It's half a century or half a decade in, or right, yeah, it's been half a decade into this new decade. So 5 years in the new decade, and they'll be in the 2030s. That's crazy to think about. So you guys all, sorry, brain farts there. In the future, you guys have to tell me what you guys want to see more of, more content. I know the exercise stuff, just during the winter time is a little more difficult than I'd like it to be. So I'm probably gotta stop being a wimp and just do it, right? So I got the hiking thing coming up. I'm looking forward to doing that. I think I'm gonna work up to it, do some training videos. I think that'd be kind of cool to show you guys. There's a kind of park nearby, so probably need to do a bunch of walking, more running, right? So I'm doing my cardio up, getting a lot of running in. Uh, Fantastic, be able to run. I don't know if you know that. Going from sitting on the couch all the time to being able to run, that's just amazing. So losing 100 pounds, if anyone's overweight, you guys can do it. Like I was 390 when I first started my journey. Now I'm down to 283. I'm still in the 280s. So, because I don't know if I'm losing fat, gaining muscle, but it feels like I'm gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time because my waist size is going down, but my muscle or my mass is relatively the same, but I'm able to do more. So it's hard to tell on that front. If you guys have any questions, don't be feel free to ask them. Always here to answer them, whatever they may be, except for politics. Leave politics out of it. I'll answer anything besides politics. So boring and drab. What is that, a German flag? No, I can't tell what it is. Sorry, you're a little bit far away. Sword, cross. Sword, cross, whatnot. But yeah, I think once we get the live streams back on schedule, we'll have 1,000 concurrent watchers. For a while there, we were having a lot of watchers, and they just dropped off a cliff. Borked. Oh, bonked? Hurts. Like I said, we had one of our guys a couple weeks ago. He actually got hospitalized because he got hit like right here, and it looked like a blood sausage inside of his skin. It was pretty gnarly. He was in there for about 2 days. So I don't feel bad anymore wearing as much armor as I do and adding more. So I'm not going to get injured like that. I do have to reshape this because all this armor is starting to get big on me. So I guess that's a good problem to have, right? Let me get thy dinner. for thy family out of thy oven. Ah, yes. If you guys enjoy salmon, right, that's usually what nights have. A lot of fish, a lot of meat, vegetables. We're actually growing a garden to, I mean, if you guys seen broccoli, price of broccoli is insane, man. Like $3 for two little things. I was so annoyed. Ooh. So one of the things we're going to be growing in the garden as well is right here, borage. My friend does a lot of borage, and apparently it's a medieval tea before they actually had tea. I found that fascinating. So she does a lot of dehydrating. So I got a dehydrator for the garden project because I got like tomatoes, blueberries, and garlic ready to go. I'm going to be adding borage. We talked about figs. Mrs. said, check out figs. So I'm going to be checking that out. I'm going to be adding a couple fig trees. So when I get all that going, guys, I'll be showing all that stuff. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. So plus the chickens. That's going to be a lot of fun. I've been looking at chickens and quails just because I like to plan anything I'm doing way ahead of time. So I even got the chickens that I'm going to be doing. Easter eggers. I don't know if you guys are into chickens. They look fantastic, and they're docile friendly, so like perfect. Those are the little guys I want. So that'll add to basically my medieval ketogenic diet. Because that is the goal of the garden project, is to be able to feed this Knight here, right? Like, I was looking up how much trees would feed two people or myself, how many oats would it take to feed somebody, how much, etc. So I've been looking into all this and planning accordingly. So the chickens, I think the 10 chickens that we're going to be getting is going to be more than overkill for what we need. So I think they lay about egg or two a day, or every other day, which is fine. And then let's see, I think by August they should start producing eggs. Should be a lot of fun. I've been looking at chicken coop designs, so I got a few designs in my mind what I want to do. So should be a blast, guys. And then I think what else to add. Got my buddy's armor. Got 2 sets of armor I got to make. So that's gonna be a ton of fun. Got a brigandine. That's gonna push my skills to the limit, right? So that's not just building plate. That's actually also building the fabric material that goes over the plate. So that's going to be a ton of work. And the other guy is pretty simplistic. He wants to go bare minimum. In fact, he has most of the armor already. He just needs a helm and the knees and elbows I'm making for him. And you'll see him on the field as well. Gotta get some tabards going. I can see when I convinced him we should do a team thing, all go Templars. So maybe get my other buddy to also wear a Templar tabard as we're on the field. So I probably won't convince them to wear full plate like myself, because this is a very niche thing. Not a lot of people like wearing a full harness. So the brigandine guy should basically essentially have this plus a little bit past his belly to protect his belly and his backside. Basically minimum elbows. I think he has the same chainmail as me, and he has a Norman style helm. He should be ready to go within a matter of months. And his sword is a much shorter sword than my own, so should be good to go. Oh, also shields. I gotta probably standardize our shields as well. A lot of people in the SCA They either use strap shields, which is what I got here. This is called strap shield. So it's a strap and a handle. And then they have the other one, which is a round shield or a center boss grip shield. A little bit more simplistic to make. Has a steel boss in the center. It's usually round, but it can be rectangle, oval, pear shape, you name it. So same thing with these shields. This is actually a modified heater shield. I actually added this upper portion here. As you can see, I'm mostly covered there. So. And that covers that slot there. So I can stand here and be able to poke out. If I had that corner, now I can't see. So, but most of the time they wrap around the back of my head. So I'm a little bit slower with sword and board than the other guys, just because I'm in way heavier armor than everyone else. So that's where training comes in, and practice and endurance, right, and footwork. So it's a long process to get where you need to be. When I first started, I could barely get in the field and do a couple fights. Now I'm able to stay the entire time on the field for hours at a time, and I feel energized to keep going. So my rage fuels me, right, because it's all heavy and hot. I know I'm able to endure at least 4 miles hike in this stuff. It drains me, but I'm able to do it. Maybe not fast and efficient, but you gotta work up to that. So what's it feel like getting bonked? Hopefully I answer your question of getting bonked. I know I can go on a long ranty McRanderson of bonkiness. Oh yeah, let me show you this. Oh, hey, look at that. Little sprout. Neat. Tomato all the way. Look at that. I like that. So we're gonna have a good harvest this year, I imagine. And I heard tomatoes are extremely grow-tastic. They grow crazy amounts. I wonder if I have any more seedlings or sprouts. I'm looking. No, that's the only one. But that's pretty neat. So I already have one sprout. So I can't wait to get a good harvest. I'm gonna have to get something for the tomatoes. I know they're growing vines, and a lot of people grow them vertically, and they help them grow up. So I'll have to come up with a solid plan when I put them on the actual garden bed out there to do that. So I think I'm gonna have majority tomatoes on that one. The blueberry is gonna be its own pot. The garlic's gonna be alongside the tomatoes. I'm trying to think what else we can add that go great with that. Probably onions, right? So lime onions. Hold up, my minions, my watchers, or I must prepare my feast. toot. I need like standby music is what I need. Please wait, hold. Could you Hold up, guys. Where did I put those berries? Aha! Alright. Yeah, so this is one of the things I'm going to add to the garden as well. Just because I'm starting paying the price of them. $4 for this sad thing of strawberries. $4 for these raspberries. It's time to grow them, friends. Because if you just grow this much, you saved $4. $4, man. Apply to other things like your 401k. But I learned something about strawberries. I didn't know this about strawberries at all because I was wondering where the seeds of the strawberry actually were. So apparently they are on the outside. I had no idea. So all those are little seeds on the outside. So I'm gonna have fun extracting seeds from these things. I did the blueberries. That was a lot of fun. Another thing I love about the garden, you guys ever garden? Any food scraps you get or food waste, just put it in the garden. I mean, it eliminates so much waste. We used to throw out tons of garbage every single day. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm making tons of content for future shorts. Right? 15 seconds is all you need. Yeah, I know. Hybrids. That's fine. I have strawberries. Strawberries are strawberry to me. May not produce what you want. That is fine. I heard about that. A lot of the that just tells me that the people who make produce want to not be kind to you. Nice. Well, good. I shall grow many of them. Now the raspberries, I'm not sure where the seeds are on these bad boys. I'm going to have to figure that out. Do some seed extraction. Let me prepare thy meal. Oh yeah. Well, whatever the case may be, I shall have great fields and plantations of thy crop for thy night. You want strawberries here? No, I just got ready. Meaning I got it ready and brought it to visit here. Guess what? I can't see either. Hold up, my viewerships. Hold up. My Liberty and I must prepare his dish. Unfortunately, I do not have wooden spoons and forks and all that other kind of stuff. Where is that other fork? That is the curse. Oh, I just need one fork. One. Aha! Whew, it is a long, glorious day. So this is what we're having for dinner. Fish, broccoli, and strawberries. So you kind of want to eat a pretty good meal, not go crazy. We go crazy every day. Eat things we're not supposed to sometimes. That's fine. Doing a lot of running around. So carbs are fine in moderation. So when you eat excess of them, it is a problem. Bam. So we'll see what kind of strawberries these things produce. I'm very curious. I want a lemon. I need to get a lemon when I eat fish. So, you do strawberry squeeze on salmon? I'm sure. Well, the garden fruit I got from one of my friends is fantastic. He has given me tips on peach trees because I'm going to be adding peach trees to here as well. But plums and figs for sure. Remember, my brethren, eat thy broccoli if you want to grow big and strong like me. Right? Take your berry, shut up. I wanted to get on and play some of those games. Been busy. Busy. Things aren't cheap. Did you know food costs the stuff? It costs the green stuff? Oh, I'm aware. Hence why chickens and gardening. If you guys have land, highly recommend doing that. My friend is doing that right now, and he's saving a boatload on food because oh no, please don't do that, for it fouls up the air. Thank you for stopping by and your comment. It definitely helps with the algorithm. Medieval politics. What did you discuss? I don't know anything about the medieval politics in the SCA, other than they exist and that they're annoying as real politics. We should. Whatever happened to escapism, right? I remember back in the day, people would never talk about that stuff. And now it seems like you take a dookie, you gotta talk about it. Oh, I never understood it. Read a piece of paper. I wonder what the mean man in the office is doing. I don't care. I mean, you should care to a degree, obviously, right? But That should be between you and God who you vote for. That sounds like a legality problem rather than a political problem. Like, I'm sure if I ran a legal chicken fighting ring, I'd get in trouble too. But that stuff has been a problem since antiquity. Rome had problems with immigration, and they were much more brutal than us modern people. Have we never met a redneck before? I'd be the first person I suspect. Besides, my white brother do a lot of weird things. I'm not really white. I'm like Hispanic, Caucasian. Like, I look brown, dirty compared to like someone who's white. So I don't get the um, benefit of either side. But now we're getting political. Why would you come on a medieval channel and get political? Why don't we talk about like Rome? Talk about Rome, right? Or the Pope, or the Crusades, right? Or King Baldwin IV. No one talks about him anymore. The Leopard King. And, or hiking, man. Well, this is actually fish. So I just do simple salt. I'll show you my salt of choice. Because I am what they call a Sir Chiefess Wattis. I use sea salt from the store. So just a pinch is fine. Now this is salmon, so you. All the salt. Now I got salt in my hand. Look what you've done. That's all you do. I mean, they conquered the known world at one time, so I guess they can eat wherever they want. That's probably why they conquer the world, because they eat hot dookie food. No taste. Never had beans and toast though. I'm sure it's probably pretty good. I don't know what to tell you, man. People eat gross stuff all the time. If you ever watch, was it those Indian food markets? Like when they're preparing stuff, it'll give you nightmares. Hmm. Now I'm gonna have to look up some British dishes of antiquity. The hand pie that I had, it was a French recipe from the 13th century. Fantastic stuff. It's just mushroom, right? Mushroom and some other stuff, and cheese. Pretty darn tasty. Brought to one of our events. Fantastic. I'm gonna have to do probably a meat pie. I'm thinking either salmon or pork. Hmm. Very interesting topic of discussion. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does that do with the Pope? But life's too short to worry about all that stuff. A lot of it depends. Are you talking about Detroit? Well, I mean, I don't know. Never been. Never been to Mexico either. I have family there, but never been. Now, where they're at, I don't know. I just know they're out there. And I haven't seen them in years. So, besides, Mexican Coke is fantastic. So, wherever the Coke plant is, I want to go there and get your bottle of Coke. Might have to get some myself in the coming weeks. I don't know that name. Cheese? Oh, I love cheese. I actually did a cheddar cheese. I'm gonna have to do another one on the channel. Do a medieval recipe of some sort. But I just took like whole milk and made a cheddar cheese. Aged it for about a year. It's one of the best cheeses I ever had, even though it's from my fridge, which is not the best smelling fridge, whatever. It still came out pretty good. It was kind of a nutty flavor, texture very strong. Too much salt. So next time I do a cheese, I'm gonna lighten up on the sodium. Neat. I'll look into that. Yeah, my era is was it late 14th century? Another Order of Christ. They're in Portugal, I believe. So this is after the fall of the Templars. The Templars didn't go away per se. They just changed names. Like the organization went away, and the name of Templar they went away, and in France they're all but gone. But a lot of them reorganized and joined other orders. But the main descent of the Templars became the Holy Order of Christ in Portugal, and I think they're still in existence today as an honor guard for Portugal. My understanding. I don't quote me on that. I don't know. I'm not Portuguese, and I don't go over there and like look at them and whatnot. But that's just a brief overview of Military Order of Christ, and this is their emblem too. But they have a white center of this. So what? Do not disturb mode. Ping ping ring ring. That. Hold up. My phone is ringing. Ain't no ringing phone. Hey, I've had, if you think that's bad, one of my laptops I left it open because I was working on a project at the time. Left it open, and the cat decided to take a hot pee on it and burn the motherboard on that laptop. I had that thing for over a decade, mind you. I can get repaired at some point. I'll eventually have to look into that, but fried a $700 laptop. I mean, when I first bought it, it was about $3,000 laptop when I first bought it. So it didn't buzz. So what it did was I heard beep, 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 beep. Like, what the frick was that? I turn around, just a big old pee stain coming down the monitor, and just wreaked havoc on the motherboard. Like, oh no! And then it's funny enough. The day before, she told me it does the worst. Can never get it out either. Right, and the funny thing is, the missus the day prior told me you should close that laptop, put it up, so the cats don't get it. She warned me. I didn't listen, and I suffer the consequences. So always listen to your missus. She tells you something, listen. There's some sort of ammonia or something in the cat pee in the American territory. So yeah, it'll never come out. I'm full, guys. That's about much as I can eat. So when you have gastroparesis, it's somewhat hard to eat a lot of food. Also helps holy fire. Thank you all for joining the live stream. I am eating salmon. Can you guys hear me, by the way? It's salmon. This is salmon, fish. Oh, I don't know. I'm always, what's the word? Paranoid. Oh my God, can they hear me? So, it's salmon with broccoli. So the broccoli was just basically boiled in salt water. Favorite Mexican? Probably, what is that? Cortez. Well, he's a Spaniard, but, the Mexican emperor you guys had for a while. He was pretty dope during the Mexican War. I can't remember his name. Why is it escaping me? I used to know this guy. Anyways, I'm bad with names, just so you're aware on this channel. Very bad with names, but it was one of the Mexican emperors. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you. I'm bad with names. I can see the face. He conquered Mexico. That's about it. He's like a really renowned character in Mexico, or a historical figure. Again, the name eludes me. I'm not sure why. But I like Cortez, right? The Spaniard conquered South America, Central America as well. Pretty cool guy right there. Butters is a Spaniard, or is it Mexican? yeah, for the orphans, right? I forget what that movie's called. That's an old, meme-tastic movie. Think of the orphans, or whatever. My brother used to watch it. Pancho El Pancho, or I can't. Names elude me. Forgive me. Why don't you remember? I don't know. I don't tell you. Like, I see so many words and names thrown at me that I can't visually see them. So I don't. It's hard for me to remember them. Like visual stuff, I see someone's face, or I see the movie. Like, oh yeah, I know that is. Like when I drive around, like I can literally in my mind map out the entire city, and the entire routes, and every single delivery I've ever been to. I can map that out in my head. Like, oh yeah, that's this place, that's this person. Um, what's the address? Couldn't tell you, but I can get you, probably get you there. And, I think on the next Monday night chat, I'm gonna do an outdoor one again, as long as weather permitting, and do some fire again. I gotta get that pit up and running. I get some stone because I'm kind of laying out in my mind how I want the backyard to work and flow, like where the pail's gonna be, garden, the stepping stones. We're gonna be reworking the deck back there because that thing is it needs to be redone. So um, I've given up on trying to repair the thing because apparently it was made by the previous tenant, so it wasn't pressure treated right and a bunch of other stuff. So I'll just consider it a project for the channel, along with the chicken coop, the tent series, the coin series, all that stuff. So should be fantastic times. And I'll have, if you guys have been watching the coin series, I'll have more content for that up and running. I just had to get more half dollars, so that's kind of been my crux. Finding half dollars is hard. That's why I call it coin hunting. So I have that back up and running. Have to switch quarters. I will. So we'll get there. So that challenge shall be met. It is a fun challenge, though. I'm surprised how far it's come in just like 80 days, right? Just stacking 80 days. Because my grandpa had a saying, like, take a coin, double it every day, and then before you know it, you have $1,000,000. Like, I'll take him up on that offer and see if I could reproduce that. Obviously, I can't logarithmically grow my wealth infinitely, so there is a cap per day that I could honestly draw. So I'm not at there yet. So should be a ton of fun. What does that have to do with medieval stuff? Well, we make medieval coins, so I'm sure you guys will see that. You'll be seeing that content in the future as well when I start getting into that. Whew. Hopefully that answered my question. I know I ramble on because I kind of try to think through things, talk through things. Also, generating short content. Because I love generating shorts. I don't know what it is. I just like making them, right? You take a long formatted video and you snip out just 15 seconds of kind of what you want to illustrate a moment, a snippet of time, a serendipitous moment. It's just fantastic. That's why I always get up every day, do 3 videos a day, do it consistently for now almost a year of the shorts, and it's produced fantastic results. We'll get to 1,000,000 subscribers before we know it, although realistically, by the end of the year, we should be around 5,000 subscribers, give or take, according to the Social Blade. They have a little algorithm thing to kind of show the growth of the channel. I like to get there before the end of this year. 2025, the goal will be 5K, and 10K will be the end of next year. So and we made 1,000 subscribers. We were about, I think, 2 weeks behind schedule just a little bit, but you guys did fantastic. So I'm looking forward to doing the hiking video for you guys with that. I like hiking. I just gotta do more of it. So finding the time, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort and resources to make that kind of content. So I greatly appreciate when you guys watch that. If you guys haven't seen it yet, there's a 500 thank you video on the channel. You guys can see that, and it shows kind of like my hike through in Huntsville in the mountains, wearing 3/4 kit, which is this chainmail, the chest plate, and the helm with the gauntlets, and that wore me out. So wearing the legs, arms, and placard and helm with the polearm weapon is going to stretch me to my utter limits. And I'm looking forward to it. We're going to choose an area that's a little more flat this time. We're going to probably go for 5 miles, like add a mile from the last time, because we did 4 miles on the last hike, so probably do about 5 miles. If we can get that in our schedule, I'd love to do a hike with camping as well. I just gotta make the tent, make it a thing, because I think honestly hiking with my tent in the field would be fantastic content. Honestly, like just so I gotta make sure poles that I make could be bundled in such a way where I can transport it on foot. So it'll be a lot of fun. So very what's the word? Ambitious. So or if I can get the wheels made, bring the tent with the hand cart. I don't think there's any rules against bringing hand carts into the wilderness. It's just a matter of it sort of navigating over obstacles. So whatever we choose would have to be friendly towards stuff like that. So there's just a lot I have to think about when planning this hike for you guys. But yeah, just we'll have a discussion video about that. We'll add a bunch of combat video. We'll do a bunch of stuff in that just to create awesome content for you guys to consume and enjoy. So I love making content for you guys. I love your guys' comments. They crack me up a lot of the time. And the discussions on the live streams, very interesting. You guys are very deep thinkers. I'm very deep thinkers. I get some really off the wall topics sometimes. Is my chat busted? Must be busted. Let me check it. Oh, that's okay. Just a silent crowd. I'm losing your guys' attention, I see. Oh, and the shoes. Yeah, I'm building some turn shoes, medieval turn shoes, for this kit. So, because everything has to be handmade. Oh, chainmail. That's gonna be a ton of fun. So when we get to that point, we'll be balling in armor for everyone. So, if you don't know, this is a poleaxe or a SCA legal poleaxe. It is rattan with rubber, the vulcanized rubber on the inside, camping foam, cell foam. I got told it doesn't hit hard enough, so I added strips of leather here to reinforce the sides, reinforce the front, and we're going to have to add a clacker to this thing. So this thing's going to hit just a little bit harder. So I still hope it's SCA legal. Like he told me, hey, make it harder hitting, I guess. So that's what I did. I conformed to what his assignment was. So I'm going to add a clacker to both sides. So apparently a lot of people go by sound when they get hit, because there's a distinct sound that a helm makes when you hit it. So, You hear that? Very distinct sound. So, especially when you get in the helm and you get hit a certain way, makes a very audible click. So. And we should have more combat footage whenever they do have training again. So, because it's been raining, or it's been snowing, or people just don't show up. So, last practice combination of both. So, people didn't show up. I couldn't attend. I had some other engagements prior to that day, so unable to attend. So, the next practice we should be able to attend, as long as it's not too far out. I want to thank you all that's been watching this far. So with the pommel, I'm thinking of forging that out of steel. I actually have some scrap steel that I have from all the armor processing making. So I'll have to forge weld that steel. It's mild steel, so it should be valuable enough. And I'm not using it for anything else, so it's just sitting there. Bunch of steel. I'll cut it up, layer it, and we'll make I guess it's a layered Damascus or something. make a pommel with that. But I think I need to forge a mallet first, because I don't have a forging mallet, so I'll have to look up a couple designs I want to do. I think they said stay within about 2 pounds. Like, you don't want anything too heavy. Like, and I can concur with that. Like the 5-ouncer I have, and the 8-ouncer, and I think I have a 12-ounce hammer, is more than enough to move the metal I need to. But when you need to move a lot of metal, like with forging, we need something a little heavier. So like a 2-pound hammer. So maybe even 1 pound. I'll have to look at the ideal weight when making this type of thing. So it's like, and it has to be a rounded hammer. Since you're working with armor, you don't want any sharp edges or anything that can poke holes through steel. So now I gotta get a stump, tree stump, to make a, what do they call it? A dishing stump. That's what it is. Dishing stump. So we can get some nice materials like this. So I gotta make another helm like this. So I gotta cut out 2 14 gauge halves, dish out this type of shape, and get that rocking and rolling. So butter from here. Perhaps the people on the live stream that pass by need to see Gauntlet. Gauntlets of power. Let's see, thumbs up. You know, content making is so much fun. I had no idea how much fun it is, right? So I just think of ideas and I execute upon them, and things happen. But it's making good content is what matters. Well, so they say. So I can make content like everyone else, or I can make something unique and has its own personality. I choose to do an artistic take on channel generation. Obviously, there's some standardization I can possibly do with video editing and such. But I heard there's another YouTube apocalypse. Right. So, but if I'm getting subs in the YouTube apocalypse, I think that's a pretty good sign. I'm doing something right. So, a lot of other store channels, they're not getting subscribers, or not as much. So a lot of fun to mess around. I love messing with algorithms, right? And see how they operate. Like when I do DoorDash, I kind of see how that algorithm works and how I can manipulate it to do what I want. That's the ultimate goal. I think I need to do a training video tomorrow if I'm not too busy. I know I should be busy most of the day. So probably this weekend once all things have settled. Make wacky, right? Oh, what I do for the camera. And you know what I like? When I do these live streams and then I end the live streams, that's when I bust out like 1,000 views, 2,000 views. Like, what's going on here? Or the few live streams where I had like 30, 40 subs, not subs, viewers, that's nuts how many people talk. How about the, right? That was one of my... Upside the head. And after playing, what is it, Half Sword, you guys ever played Half Sword? Right, so I know this move works. So once you play Half Sword, you can't go back, right? And once you know how to fight in reality and then apply that to a game like Half Sword, you can't go back. Feels like cheating, honestly. The raw footwork of changing the guard, right? Most of the time, my stance is like this because I'm starting with the point and the top. Come down like a hammer on the top of their head. So, pole axe works a little different than actual dedicated spear. With a spear, you're going to be threatening them with the point and staying at a distance. For the pole axe, you kind of have that. Most of the time you're going to be choked up on here. And leveraging your weapon, because it's like lines of defense and attack. Right? The best way to kind of illustrate that in reality, I was thinking about that. Giant plus sign. Those are your 4 quadrants you have to attack and defend from. And that's it. Of course, you got the other dimension. This right there. Straight ahead. So, your Z-axis. That's mainly your thrust. So you're going and changing their angle of attack to something that's away from your torso. That's why we see people fight, they're kind of at an angle this way because you're mitigating your torso exposure to them, right? Wide berth of a target, a lot more narrow profile, right? And then you're defending something like that. See how that goes across there? Like that. Again, my stance is more like this. That defends from this quadrant and this quadrant. You're trying to keep a level platform. You're not trying to cross your legs too much because you can get pushed off balance and cross your legs. So you're keeping a very level platform, low center of gravity, and you're pushing out. It's definitely been a while since I wore the suit of armor, so it definitely wears you out just wearing it. So definitely got to train more for this upcoming event. Doing a lot more cardio, but it's not weighted, so gotta do some weighted cardio, right, with this entire suit. In fact, let me bring more people to watch my live stream. Thank you all have been watching. I hope you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Help grow the channel to get to 10,000. How about or was it, I'm defending thy virginity. I have problems with my brain a little bit. Right, so if you guys still watch that content with the half sword, fool's guard, down below, makes the opponent think you're not protecting yourself. Right? Step back, strike. So I gotta get faster with that. I don't practice with longsword like my compatriots do. I'm more a polearm guy. Anyone's been talking. I haven't seen the chats for some reason. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Hey, look at that. See, I knew there was a chat going on. I just didn't see any of your guys' messages. Oh. Hey, well, I mean, I like trolls. They feed the algorithm. That's the whole point of the channel, man. Not to take one too seriously. Because if I took myself seriously, I should be very depressed. Like, oh, woe is me. The world is unfair. Oh, whoa. That's not how God made me, I imagine. Right? Be fearless and bold. For he shall provide. And he has provided. Like, asking you shall receive. Oh, yeah. OG troll. I love trolls because I am one. OG, yeah. Before the, I'd say in the 90s, I started my troll adventure. Trolled people then. Learned my ways, the trolling masters. Right? So, it's bad I didn't see the messages. I would have had too much fun with them. Was there at least a talk of my virginity? Usually that's it when they attack when defend thy virginity. Have at thee. But hey, a lot of troll people become subscribers and viewers, so I welcome them. This is a free speech channel, and all are welcome as long as they aren't dinks, I guess. Right? If they take themselves too seriously, there's a problem. There's a time and place to be super serious, and there's other times to just enjoy life. So I've chosen to enjoy life and stop being so serious on everything, and I've seen dividends pay with that. So I stopped taking my career so seriously only because now it's a laughing stock because they're replacing everyone with AI. So yeah, knew that would happen. Everyone gets automated out of a job. So it even came from Mark Zuckerberg himself that he wishes to replace all mid-level engineers with AI. It was like very interesting. I saw that a mile away when I saw AI integrated into development environments for Visual Studios. Like, okay, I see what they're doing. They're using me as training data for products they can push to companies. Understood. But I've learned to keep expenses low and revenue above your expenses, and you'll be rich. It's just mathematically going to happen. But I seek not riches of the earth, so I'm fine with being a poor pauper, man-at-arms the rest of my days. Money does not buy you happiness. I've found out. Because as you guys may have known, or may have not known, I was once very well-to-do. Didn't bring me any happier than now. I'm actually much more happier getting exercise, getting money, meeting people. Before, I felt isolated and alone as a software engineer, being basically held in my own house. We used to make fun of people like that lived in their mom's basement, or, well, I didn't live in my mom's basement, but I worked from home. It didn't feel good, right? Initially, it feels kind of okay, but it's hard to distinguishing home life from work life became the problem. And being taken seriously because you were remote, they think you're not working, so it's just all around not good. So I'm with Elon Musk. go back to work. People are talking. This chat filter. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the power of chainmail. I don't know if anyone's seen that. And be good for shorts as well, because people like stab yourself hard enough. Alright, you played this can pierce. Oh my god! Ah! No, but if I were to take an actual knife to this, let me show you real quick. Just because, since I did that, now I gotta do the real thing. If I were to do that without this chainmail, that would have gone right into me. So this is pretty sharp. So that little thing you guys learn that like poking goes through this, it has to be designed in such a way to do so. Big fat blades like this or whatever will not work. You'll see on medieval weapons they actually have like needle-like points on them, right? That's to go in between these little chainmail pieces here. So you'll never, unless you have like a rifle or something, right? Just hand force by itself won't get through that chainmail. So I'll have to stab a side of beef or something with that, right? I had a few comments saying, "Oh, you didn't hit yourself hard enough." I hit myself hard enough. If I were to hit someone without armor, just in clothing, it would pierce them, like no problem. Like I would be hesitant to do that on my arm. Like so. Ain't nothing, right? Wow, armor does its job. But yeah, don't do that at home if you have cheap chainmail. This is riveted mail, so this is what you would actually use in actual combat on a medieval battlefield. So this is why they wear chainmail, since it's so effective, right? That's gonna save your life. So it's better than having nothing at all. And that's that right there. Very sharp blade. Now the kinetic energy gets through, right? I can feel it pushing on my shoulder, but that's about it. The tip doesn't get anywhere near your skin with the gambeson, all that stuff. So there's a reason they designed medieval weapons in such a way to get through chainmail, right? So that should be excellent for a little bunch of shorts, like small package. Which one? They're both small. The bag or this box? Okay. Oh, don't worry, that was just the dog. I was killing the dog. So stay open box. Use electricity is the wrong one. This uses electricity. Now, if we're talking about hitting myself with more stuff, we're not going to do that. Is this it? Alright, so we'll open, we're making unboxing content apparently here, so. Ah, my thumb! Check that out. So, Crusader Dagger. I do not want to stab myself with this. I can almost guarantee that would go through. I could actually feel that. So yeah, that's more in line with what they use, but it's still a bit fat. If you ever look at actual medieval swords, this is actually pretty dull too. It's supposed to be a decorative piece. Decorative piece. Anyways, yeah. So daggers, they'd use that. You know, right in the eye hole, right? I imagine so. Eventually, I gotta make a studio where it looks awesome. Studio is gonna be the tent, I imagine, or something thereof. Sweet. Yeah, if you're there is a, I'm gonna have to share that content, but they do historical, historical medieval combat, like pure historical. They can do thrusting and all that because their armor, it has way more restrictions than our armor, and they can do more with that. Like the little holes they have in there, like very tiny. They're actually going for dagger shots in the throat and the face. It's spooky stuff. There is a peasant battle or something like that. Fantastic. Real cat. But yes. Well, this ain't a wall. This is the door. Yes, aye, right in the eye. See, I wonder how that looks like. Actual dagger. Goodness. Definitely Chinese made. You can definitely tell that. I'll have to show you. So, hopefully not much was spent on this. That pommel there is off tilt. See that? It's level. The pommel's kind of like kinked there. Probably see it better from back here. But yeah, definitely wall hanger dagger. Not a bad shape. I would love to forge something like this. Now I like the pommel design. Looks like it's a rat tail. I don't want to break it. I think what it is, I'm looking at some of the inside there, is a rat tail with this cap glued onto it. So you would have to probably break it to twist it. So you're better off leaving it as is, because at a distance it looks fine. Up close you kind of notice the imperfections. But this is a very good template, because I actually need to build a rattan dagger for something up here. because when I get in close sometimes, I can't get a kill shot in. So it'd be nice to be able to come in and get a kill shot onto somebody's face. So I can use because people do carry daggers in the SCA. I'd have to harness it in such a way to where it won't be cumbersome to pull out. So I'd have to think about like biomechanically where I can pull it out. And honestly, you want a left-handed one because you're going to have your hand primarily on the weapon. So I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. Every time I've locked up with an opponent, we're basically up here, and I have them locked up and pinned. So it would be nice to be able to pull out, stab them, right? Come up here, I'm holding them, so either like probably you can do left, right, but there are occasions where that will come in handy. In war, now one-on-ones, you'll never be able to pull that off ever. Just FYI, like have your expectations of what to expect in one-on-ones. One-on-ones, it's very quick, very precise tempo. It's in big melees when there's a lot of action going on, a lot of lockups. You'll find yourself blinded by other people or people behind you, or chaos of the battle, right? I just remember that very distinctly, being in some dude's face and like, hello, so what did you have for breakfast? we were having a discussion. I didn't want to get hit. He didn't want to get hit. So I'm locked up here with him, right? So I have his sword binded up, right? Because, it's binded up here. He's like this. So he literally has this in his face like this. So he can't go anywhere, but I can't go anywhere either. So having an option to deal a killing blow would be very nice. So, but I'd have to figure out a way to harness that properly where it's easily accessible and pulls out as easily as this, right? Because this is actually not too bad of what do you call it? Why is my brain eluding me? Scabbard, thank you. Not too bad. So you want a little bit of resistance. You want to be able to pull it out, right? It stays there. That's what a good scabbard would do. So it's just that's gonna kill me, right? So, but neither here nor there. It's what you get when you get something from China. But I might be able to. No, I don't want to. That's spooky, right? Like, even though it's a faux dagger, it's still pretty spooky. Like, see how it gets in between the rings? Yeah, I can feel it on me. So if that was just a little more narrow, an actual point on that, this would be a real threat to this chainmail. So yeah, that's the type of weapons you kind of need. So we're probably going for another 30 minutes on the live stream. I'm just trying to get as much viewership as possible and much content generated as possible, because every second counts when you're making stuff. So because I'm going to go for people that are, don't take themselves seriously too much. There's times and places to take yourself seriously. Christians, or those people interested in Crusades, interested in the SCA, interested in hardsuit combat, interested in building your own armor, own harness, right? I still got a ways to go. Got to finish the left pauldron and the placard. Then I would consider this suit primarily done, other than I want to add some chainmail. So that's actually the next project. I actually looked up how to make chainmail. Not too difficult to process. I actually have a majority of the tools here. I got to make one thing, and it's mostly made of wood. So it's a wood dowel with a hole drilled in and a handle, and you basically make a spring, long spring, and then you use your tin snips to cut out your rings. And then from there, you take the rings, you put it on an anvil, and you basically smash the ring flat, and it will create a flat surface right here. And then you make your rivets. They usually use either wire or wedges of steel, and then they clamp it down with a I don't know what the tool is called. It's a chainmail setter. I'll have to make this tool. So there's a couple tools on the list that I already have to make. So I got to make a hammer. Got to make the ringmail setter. Probably good tin chip sneers rather than the aircraft sneers I got. I use the aircraft ones because that's what I have access to now. But I'd like to make actually a sheet metal shear from scratch using steel. So, and then of course various other things. So got a lot on my plate. Got the garden, chicken coop. Oh man, just a lot of content for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy it as we just go through the motions and growing this channel. So I can only imagine what 10,000 subscribers is gonna look like and feel like, or views, right? Getting more views and people interested in this niche content. Fantastic. And hopefully, not hopefully, I'm going to figure out more about the YouTube algorithm because they talk about this thing, and I find it very interesting to kind of mess with, toy with. I need to get better at it and get my videos into the millions of views at some point. That's gonna be the challenge, right? Everyone's kind of trying to do that, so you kind of learn what works, what doesn't work. I'm trying to keep the channel focused on medieval content rather than toying with the algorithm too much. But I do enjoy doing that because I'm a programmer, so it's just interesting. And what's funny, some things I think that might work well don't work at all, and then things that I don't think would work just work. Like me smacking the lapel in my armor, that worked a lot. Got 10,000 views, so I need to go do that. That tells me I need to do more of that. Smacking the lapel. More, right? 10,000 views in a day. My goodness. So only that translated to money. But you know, I'm not in this for the money, obviously, because I don't make any ads. I don't plan on doing ads. I'd rather do memberships for this channel, and you know, as we grow the Holy Army and the Holy Order grows, so too does the coin purse, I imagine. But that's not the focus. But that's things you think about as an independent business owner, right? You have to think about, you know, returns on investments at some point. But even if it doesn't do any returns, I'm fine with that too. So you do something you're happy with and you can do for the rest of your life, and you're set. Like, why do I have to worry? Like my grandfather did the same thing. He did something that he enjoyed, and he never has to work a day in his life. Like, he's a plumber. So he never has to work a day in his life, ever. He just makes money, enjoys life, collects rent from his renters, and just living the life, right? That's kind of where I want to be at some point. So that's not my current. But I've learned God gives you responsibilities that He thinks that He knows that you can handle, and then as you make the right decisions, He gives you more responsibilities. So I've learned that in my lifetime. So and I'm thankful for all the experiences that I went through and all the trials and tribulations He's gotten me through. And I've enjoyed the lessons of responsibility. So then I get to pass that down to my own son, right? Like being responsible, right? So being responsible adult, being responsible father, husband, whatever. Life little lessons. that's why I'm doing channels like this. I'm trying to be responsible with my hobbies and eventually have those hobbies be self-sustaining. That is the ultimate goal of the channel, not fame or riches, but yeah, self-sustainability. So, because a lot of this stuff isn't free. I'm sure you guys know isn't free, right? Going to events, paying for parking, blah 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 blah. Doesn't cost stuff. So, the name of the game is to be rich in the Lord, and what He defines as wealth, which is land, livestock, and silver, and or precious metals, I should say. So those are the three things that He talks about in the Bible. I'll look at the exact verses for that, but talks about those things. And I like to be right there with them. So, land, I get that. Livestock, getting that. Silver, I get more of that. That green stuff, only a century old, something like that, 1903. I'll look it up when they introduced the U.S. currency as the current system we know it is now. So, it's introduced to replace the bi-monetary system we had prior. Up until then, we used precious metals to pay for everything. So, and slowly they removed that from the money. You know who else did that? The Roman Empire. They removed the silver from their coinage. Eventually they fell from within. Imagine that's going to happen to us. It'd be good content since we're doing a garden. And I have to go get some stuff tomorrow anyways, more little starter pots. I have these awesome strawberries over here. I can get the seeds out of them. I saw a video of how they're doing it. I don't have to do that. Need to get a plate, my brothers. Plate. This shall do. That's one thing I enjoy about being, if you guys are independent business owners, one thing you get to enjoy is not only the fruits of your labor, is the ability to do kind of what you want, mostly when you want. Obviously you gotta be responsible with what you do. We don't have a boss breathing down your neck. You don't have deadlines, well, other than your own deadlines to meet. There are still deadlines. And it's just kind of nice to do that. You get to take a little more risk. Obviously, there is risk and reward in all that you do. So when you take employment, you're reducing risk to basically zero, that you're not going without pay as an independent business owner. There's some days you whiff hard, and you have no money to show for it. So when you take employment, you get a check guaranteed every 2 weeks, or whenever you get paid. Business owner has no such luxury. So, let's see. Okay, scraping. Okay, they said, okay. Alright, got some seeds there. I'm gonna plant those. Also, an excuse to eat strawberries. When I saw other channels, there's like weird channels, do 10 eating banana or something. Like, if people can do that and people watch that, I'm pretty sure I can make a medieval channel. That's kind of the inspiration I took for this channel. Not that, but I'm just saying when I saw the that, and then I think it was like uh, bread, right? A bread channel, just a loaf of bread, toast, get us to 100,000, and they got to 100,000. Like my goodness, that's a busted uh, algorithm manipulation tactic there. I tried it, just not my. I don't like having my computer run 24/7. I shut her down at the end of the night. I'm gonna have to say some strawberry. Well, she's she's a very quiet lady. She didn't like being disturbed. God, these are tiny little seeds. My goodness, people plant these stuff, man. See, I would be the kind of person that goes, you know what? I'm just stuffing the whole berry in the dirt and hoping for the best. I imagine there'd be fungi and other stuff that it contends with. That's what I saw that they said. So I'm like, all right, I guess. So get all the seeds. Stupid strawberry. Stupid seeds. You know, I wonder if the chat went down again. It's possible. So if you guys been saying stuff and I haven't been responding to it, more likely the chat's down again. All quiet in the Western Front, I imagine. Ugh. A fine time to die it is, right? Most people say. All right. What a silly plant, right? So, ah, no, like I said, paranoid. Paranoid. I gotta work. I gotta work. Well, actually, I'm working. Technically, I'm working right now. I work 24/7. It never stops. Never ever stops. I gotta think about like, okay, how can I turn this liability into an asset? How can I reduce expenses here? Right, and then you drive yourself mad doing that. But I've gotten the delivery stuff down to a science now. I'm raking in a ton of money. I even got some other people that are doing it. You know, I saw one of my friends, they had well over 100K in the bank, and all they do is actual delivery, like for years before they signed up with DoorDash or whatever. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like seriously, like, why do I want to have a status? Ooh, I'm this and that. Yeah, and you're fired or let go or business went under, right? Or ooh, you're gonna lose your job. I hate living that way. 12 years living that way. Just reduce debt, reduce expenses. Like I think I eliminated well over $100,000 in debt last year, and that felt pretty good. Pretty good. Didn't have to lift a finger or spend a dime. Oh man, I wonder what these strawberries are gonna be like. I wonder if they're gonna be like butt berries or something. Now I wonder how you extract raspberry. Has anyone extracted raspberry seeds before? The things that knights do, right? Men at arms that they do. And the things I do to get my watch hours up. So, ugh. I hope you guys join us on the next Monday Night Chat with God. We're on number 21. 22, we're going to be hopefully outdoors. Weather permitting, I'm going to be outdoors because I like doing indoors, more well lit and everything, but I kind of enjoy the outdoors. So I like to do it midday with a fire, barbecue type of dealio setup. It's just a ton of fun, especially that fire pit. I got some brick for you guys and build like I was thinking like building a layered tier castle type of structure around my current fire. It's like a cheap one that I bought at Lowe's, but it did the job what I wanted to do. And I use it primarily at camping. I'm probably gonna get another one like it, but this one's gonna probably be sitting back there. All right. Well, I guess I'll just plant this jelly in the soil and see what happens. Since I know these are seeds, the thing is, the raspberries are they? No, they're not the same, are they? Have seeds on the inside. Okay, I see the seeds on the inside. Hmm. Okay, so I'm going to have to extract those because I like to have some nice raspberries. Apparently, they're invasive species. My buddy says so they'll grow like wildfire in the garden. That's what I want. I want endless supply of constant refertilizing food. Okay, so it's like an inverse strawberry. So it looks like the seeds are on the inside. You guys can see that. Any excuse to eat a berry. I'll be ending the live stream in about 10 minutes. If anyone watches in the future, I want to thank you for watching this far. I know it's been kind of a crazy, random adventure, but there is a rhyme to the reason, or a reason to the rhyme, whatever you want to call it. So, you don't get to 1,000 subscribers because you're just pure chaos. Or do you? I don't know. Who knows, right? ah. Now, I think when I get to a million, I might get some mad respect out there from some people. I think that would be the ultimate goal. Like, I just have a million subscribers. You profit from it? Not a lick. I just have it for. I think people call that metric a vanity metric now. Apparently, the algorithm's changed. Like, okay, I guess I see your point. You only technically need 1,000 to get monetized if you're looking to get monetized, and then 3,000 watch hours. So I'm sure it would be correct. So that's if you look at through the lens of a algorithm, like robotic mind person. I don't know how to describe it, right? I know there's a difference with people who think so rigid, so robotic. They can't see spiritual things, allegories, you name it. Like abstract things confuse them, or don't confuse them, and they come up with different meanings to things. As the Lord says, people harden their hearts. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. People harden their hearts, and they can't find humor in things anymore. It's so serious, right? Or they value money more than family, right? What is money, honestly? It's a medium of trade, right? So honestly, you should learn how to trade if you're wanting things. That's what I learned about my son. He's a very good trader. Like not like a trader, but like a trader. Like he wanted something, right? And he's able to get that without any money at all. That surprised me how he could do that. Like that is very interesting. That's a very good skill to learn, is being able to trade, barter people. Like not really manipulate, but like position yourself in such a way that you get certain things, I guess, or at least be aware of that. I always found being aware of that, right, is very helpful in life, because then you know when you're being taken advantage of. So. Oh, thank you guys for joining us. If you have any questions about medieval combat, let me know. This is a fine night. We're extracting seeds from strawberries to add to our royal garden. Going to be doing raspberries in the future. And we're doing tomato plants and garlic currently as well. You can check out the channel. We've got a lot of interesting medieval content, and yeah, I love them too. 16 gauge stainless steel saved my wrist, so I'll have to show you. So that right there was done by a weapon about twice the length of this one. These are rattan weapons, so they're like baseball bats. And we fight hard suit combat. I went to block with my wrist, and you know, it did its thing, and I kept it there ever since, just as a reminder. Hey, this is a very serious thing that we're doing, and you can get injured, so you gotta be careful. So, I 100% say, if you're gonna buy gauntlets to protect your hands, spend the money, right? Just because that could be your bone. But it was a ton of fun. Like, you just have a ton of fun losing weight, exercising out there. You don't even think you're exercising anymore when you're on the field. You're just going with the flow. Thanks for the comment. They are very sick gauntlets. These little alligator thing too. Yes, very, yeah, as intended for sure. So, see how that, basically what happened. We actually had a buddy, or one of the fellow knights out there, or he's not a knight, I forget what he is, but anyways, he got hit in the side, right, and he actually got hospitalized, because I think it broke a blood vessel or something like that. He's bleeding in between his skin and his abdominal, something like that, hematode or whatever it was. So I don't feel guilty anymore, or like stupid for wearing like plate armor like this and adding more plate. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I don't want to go home in a body bag. But it's still a lot of fun. You ain't lived until you take risk and you kind of like enjoy life, right? You take risks even playing soccer, right? Or football. How many people have been paralyzed because of football or injured badly? Or soccer, right? There's that guy that got kneecapped or whatever, like so. Or what is that one ice skating lady? She's on that comedy show now. I can't remember. Amy something, right? She hacked somebody with her hockey, or not hockey, ice skates. Amanda Harding? No, Amy Harding? Something like that. So, anything you do, you take a risk. Driving down the road, take a risk. So it depends on how much risk you are willing to take. And if you always want to live a safe life, you will live a boring life. Also, care what others think. That's gonna hold you back too, because like think of all the opportunities you could have been missing, like doing kind of things that you enjoy, right? Hobbies. You didn't do it because other people thought you were nerds. Well, where are they now? Why are you watching this? A bunch of nerds put together some computer components, right? What are you doing there, nerd? Building a computer, huh? That's their fancy calculator. Or the internet, when the internet came about, right? So I still find it very interesting. People like get, I don't know, what do they call it? They belittle geeks. Like, really, they built your modern world. You're watching YouTube because of the geeks and nerds. Oh, did I show you the helmet? Check that bad boy out. So, weighs about 20 pounds. 16 gauge steel sides, 16 gauge steel sides, 14 gauge steel top. There. Let's put this out for you guys. I know how much you guys get, like. Is this what you want? Is it? God. That's why I need to do the pins instead of the strap. This is what kind of sucks on the field, is securing the strap right before combat. Close enough. Hold up. If you have said something, I cannot see what you said. Much better. I should be fighting like this, I imagine. Hold up. Let me get my glasses so I can see thee. Oh, I forgot how stuffy this thing is. You know how stuffy helmets are? How heavy they are? Is this what you guys want me to do? Is it? Ah! Ugh, my balls. see what we got here. It'll be on as long as possible for this live stream, I imagine. Thank you for the like, comment, share, and subscribe. Helps grow the channel, which is very good for you and me. More content. You know, when you get more tired, you get more delirious. Has it been that way? You kind of like feel like you're getting drunk. I get that a lot sometimes. Sucks the worst. I mean, the worst is when you're on the road and you feel that way, and it's when you pull over. They indeed work as intended. Whew. Now, I don't know how those people do for 8-hour live streams. I find that amazing. Ugh. Because even 2 hours takes a lot out of you. 2 hours. 2.5 hours live stream. I'll get some water, guys. You guys drive me crazy. I'll try to get a time slot open again where I can do practices, live stream practices. I miss doing that with you guys. That was a lot of fun. It just, weather's not been too permitting. Time has been restrictive here lately. But I appreciate all you guys have been watching my content, commenting, sharing. It's just I see all the shares. I see all the comments, and I read every single one of them. Even stuff from 15 years ago, I read that stuff. Just look back, like, whoa, I missed all that stuff. Like I could have grown the channel then, right? You never know what how life's gonna turn out if you just stay dedicated to something and add a little bit of time and invest your time kind of wisely in what you're doing. Over time, it'll grow to exponential growth. At least from my experience, anything I've done, like when I ventured on, if you look at the channel, like one of the first videos, game development, right from college. I have earned more money learning Unity on the side than any other thing I did in college. And if I can go back in time, I'd tell myself, hey, just learn a trade for yourself and apply yourself to get at the job. That's kind of what I've been doing in the last 12 years. Now, obviously, it's not sustainable anymore. The advent of AI and just the nightmare fuel that is the current job market. So you have to reinvent yourself. So as been the last year of my life, it's just reinventing myself. And being responsible for your family, right? So in that process, like taking risks, but not unnecessary risks. I forgot what's wrong. Anyways, but yeah, and I stayed dedicated to that 15 years ago, just learning that trade. I had many jobs and opportunities along the way. It was fantastic for my family. Like my loved one got to see the fruit of that labor. So now I'm planting the seeds for the next phase of our life. So we may just help those and bring more people closer to the Lord. I think that's what our mission is here lately than anything else. So rather than financial success is okay, but remember the pharaohs of old are long dead and forgotten. They had riches beyond imagining, right? So I mean, what good is it, right? Doesn't serve you no good. Abraham Lincoln, rich and powerful, right? but what he did in life echoes the eternity. They said that in, I think, what was it, Gladiator, right? What you do in life echoes in eternity. So, and fantastic movie, by the way, the first one. I haven't seen the second one. I heard good things, so, which I'm pretty shocked. You think a sequel like that, 20 something years after, would not fare too well? I imagine it doesn't stack up to the epicness the first one did, because the first one is a classic, absolute masterpiece classic. They'll probably be writing history books on that thing for hundreds of years on that thing. Equivalent to Macbeth and all those stuff. So very very well written, very well directed, epic saga movie. So everything Gladiator, the first one, go ahead and watch that. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe as well. And those watching in the future, if you got this far, please subscribe. Obviously, you like the content and the crazy person that is this. What are you guys doing on YouTube at this late, anyways? Ugh. Probably gonna end it in the next 10 minutes. I'd say is a good ending point. Got plenty of length on this video, plenty of content to pull from. Yeah, yeah. If you guys have any ideas for the channel as well, go ahead and share them in the comments. Share them in the community thing. I'm still trying to grow that little community thing. I don't know, people don't interact with that too much, even on bigger YouTube channels. But I still like seeing you guys' interaction, and definitely helps with when I plan things out, plan content out for you guys. Shorts, I don't really plan them other than the day of making them. Kind of what comes to mind, what the Holy Spirit revealed I should kind of do. Try not to be grotesque, perverse, or any of that stuff when I make those things. I try to make either a point, or I try to illustrate some sort of thought into the channel itself, right? More of the content generation that's associated with the medieval themes, everything. So. And I appreciate all the engagements. Ah, my pants. All right, much better. You guys see Kingdom of Heaven? Really good movie. Excellent movie, in fact. Obviously, some creative liberties they took, and they're obviously pushing something, I guess. All's quiet on the western front. All the goods back worth the work. 3 hours, right? So I have 3 hours I've dedicated towards the channel. And we'll see what kind of growth this live stream produces. I've noticed the live streams that I produce usually net about 20 to 30 subscribers, especially with the shorts. Right, shorts are basically a little mini advertisement for the long format stuff. So if you guys are interested in how to grow a channel from like nothing to 1,000, I can probably share some insights on a separate channel that's not medieval. Only because I'm interested in that kind of content. And I'm sure other people are too. How to grow a channel over time. I can probably point to like, hey, with no budget, I grew a channel to 1,000 subscribers. Probably not the best methodology, but it is methodology. Brute force, right? And I do a lot of, what do they call it? A lot of shots in the dark initially, and then once you hone in on something, you kind of focus more in on that. Sweet tea or black tea? I mean, I had some tea earlier. I had some borage tea, and I'll show you. It's this stuff right here. So it's a medieval tea. Borage leaf. I'll have to make more of it. So you kind of missed it, man. We had some fish and berries today as well. But yeah, borage, it's dehydrated leaves right there, kind of what it looks like. If you haven't had borage, I highly recommend trying it. It's a different flavor profile than actual tea, but it's really good. So I'll have to show the documentation that my friend shared with me that they in England they used it a lot. Of course, it's England, right? Tea drinkers right before battle. It kind of like soothes you or whatever, right? Calms you down right before battle, so it makes a lot of sense. So, and thanks for your comment there, Lucy 6. So pike is a 16th century advancement of the spear. So the pike is a basically elongated version of the poleaxe. The poleaxe was primarily used against armored opponents. Knights would use them. They use them on horseback. This was quickly outdone by halberds and other longer weapons in unit formation. So this is a very niche weapon, but it's a very versatile weapon. If you look at poleaxes, knights primarily use it as a martial weapon. Very good weapon. So a spear would probably be the most common weapon on the battlefield. And then any sword you see, those are just sidearms. So this is basically the medieval pistol, right? So this is what you use when your spear is down. And in spears, like having fought spearmen now in actual combat, and I'm not real like bloodshed combat, but like sport combat, how spearmen work is they work in formation, usually pairs of 2 to 3 sometimes, but pairs of 2 usually, and they protect each other in lanes. And there'll be a main line of scrimmage on both opposing sides, and they're trying to basically punch holes in either one side, right, and force their line back. So spears, they say, are the king of the battlefield. So you'll see primary spears, you'll see bows, crossbows in medieval times. Some hand cannons would take on the field, but like they didn't become ubiquitous until like late 14th century, early 15th century. You start seeing more what you consider a firearm. But they still had plate armor all the way up until the 20th century. If you look at the French corsairs, I believe they're called, they had medieval armor, basically like what you consider medieval armor, chest plates in World War I, right? And some even in World War II, right? Like the diehards. But there was a famous cavalry charge, Polish hussars or whatever it was, against tanks, German tanks. I think they're hussars, but it was a cavalry. I know it was a cavalry unit versus a tank unit. That's probably one of the most memorable battles I can think of, with ye old stuff taking on modern stuff. Hopefully that answered your question. I try to answer the best of my ability there. Like what would be most common weapon? Be spear. Also, if you a lot of peasants would be using the farm instruments and fashioning basically spears out of them. Yeah, they experiment with chest armor. But there is old guard that would wear stuff like this. They didn't. I mean, there's people that are always resistant to change, so they'll do old stuff because that's what they're used to, right? So French corsairs on horseback, wearing armor like this in the 20th century. They weren't bulletproof and they didn't take guns seriously, and that they learned the hard way about trench warfare. But thanks for the comment. Got about 10 minutes left in the stream. I'll extend it a little bit longer. But if you have any questions about hard suit combat, go ahead and ask them now. I'll answer the best of my ability. I'm a little bit tired. Did a 3-hour live stream so far. So, or close to 3 hours. If you guys haven't checked out the channel already, check it out. You'll see all what I mean by hard suit combat. So we fight with rattan weapons. So they're made of solid rattan, which is a bamboo, and we hit full force. It's part of the Society of Creative Anachronism. They've been around since the 60s, so it's a very old organization and worldwide. Yeah. But it's funny, I find it funny enough, we're going back to trench warfare now because of the drones. So we're probably seeing a new era of the old guard versus new technology with drones. So it's going to be very interesting to see the advancements of technology. I'm sure the Knights felt the same way with the advent of the gun, right? Peasants that had very little training was killing Knights that trained all their lives to fight a certain way with armored horse cav charges. And eventually that stopped working. So that's why you didn't see armored cav like that anymore until like basically World War One with the advent of the tank. Cavalry was more of a light cavalry thing. I can talk about this stuff. I love history. Yeah, you too. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Obviously, I mean every YouTuber says that, so I appreciate your comment and the back and forth we had. So I'll be seeing you in the next one. We stream every Monday night at 6:45, provided I'm available at that time. But yes. 10 minutes left in the live stream. If anyone wants to ask any last minute questions, now is the time. For I am tired and I'd like to go to bed. Or do something else. Probably enjoying myself a nice cup of tea at some point. Nice cup of cocoa or coffee. Smash that like button too, right? Oh, everyone smash the like button. I want to see that like button get to like 1,000 by the end of the week. And if you like this far, yes, please hit that like button. as every single YouTuber in the history of YouTubers have ever said, smash the like button. Right? I always found it so corny. I just like to be more authentic with people. So, it does help. So. Ugh. You guys drive a hard bargain. I tell you what. See, that's how much I love you guys. Like, I could be playing video games. Instead, I'm here with y'all on the stream. 2 hours, 53 minutes later. Ugh. And a man should beat to the drum, even if he's singing to himself, or not singing to himself, but it's like playing to nothing, right? So, you gotta make sure you're doing things for the right reason. Else you burn out quickly. If you do it for money, you'll burn out within a year or two, right? I've noticed that usually if I'm doing something for purely monetary gain, burn out within 2 years, because you're just like, I don't like doing this, but I have to. That's what it turns into, the mindset turns into. Rather than, I enjoy doing this. like when you play video games, right? If you're forced to play a video game, you ain't gonna enjoy it. But if you enjoy a video game with a friend, you play that, you go crazy playing that game. I'm looking forward to, oh god, what there's the game coming up. Space Engineers 2, that's it. I'm looking forward to that one. Though I don't have the time to play that game, at least to the amount I want to play. Because I've been playing Space Engineers since the first one. In my eyes, they still haven't really finished the first one, but I guess it's close enough. They're moving on to the second one. Better engine, better graphics. The one thing I wish I could fix on this gauntlet, so you can see that it lines up right there. This one doesn't have that problem. Nice. This one, that's actually gotten me killed. It locking, because when you transition on the pole, I know, haha pole, haha transition, haha stroke, throttle, right? When you're moving this, right? You get locked up, that gets you killed. All the love, I appreciate it. Ugh. And hopefully, I'll see how my schedule works out this week. I'll get some free time during the middle of the day to do a workout live stream or a Pell practice live stream. I enjoy those. I'd love to get one of my buddies to come out and we could do a sparring live stream. That would be fantastic. And I can kind of show them the ins and outs. Because, like, obviously I'm not a expert as my Knight brethren, but I have at least 5 years of experience under my belt now, between the last time I did the SCA and this time. So I'm about 2 years into the SCA now. 2 years flies so fast. I restarted the SCA back in, I think, 2023. It is now 2025. That's fantastic, right? So I stuck to something 2 years, lost 100 pounds doing it, and I'm going to continue doing it. And that's why we choose sports that we can see ourselves doing for the rest of our lives. And there's been other knights, especially my group, they're in their 60s still doing this. They've been doing it since their 30s or earlier. Like, that's insane to me. So there's entire generations of people in the SCA over the last 60 years plus. So if you want something with long legs and longevity, that'll be around for even after the actual SCA organization long passes, which eventually all things do. There'll still be like-minded individuals that do combat like this, right? Because there's other groups out there. EMP's one, right? So if I got large enough, I could make it my own technical group. That's not my goal. My goal is eventually to have my own detachment of paid veterans, like actual military veterans, doing this stuff with us, making content for the channel. That would be the ultimate climax of the channel, right? So, cause I feel a lot of veterans get like a short end of the sticks sometimes when they come back into civilian life. So, if I can make a organization or group that facilitates them getting paid still and still being in the military kind of environment, that'd be fantastic. Of course, I find like-minded Christian individuals that are into that stuff. But when I saw an organized fighting force on the battlefront in Aidenville, in Arizona, I was like, that's what I want to be a part of. Something like that. I can make it happen, right? So, all things happen over time, right? Anything worthwhile, worth doing, takes a lot of time and effort. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. Neither is this channel. It wasn't built in a day. It took 15 years of work, but during the last year, I'd say, when I dedicated myself, the last 6 months, that's when I started seeing major gains. So, my channel was not built in a day. It is old. Older than some of the bigger YouTubers. I find that very fascinating. I can say with a straight face, my channel is old. Really old. So, and that's kind of a legacy I can pass down. I'm going to the 3-hour mark. The question is, shall I stay or shall I go? I think the answer is I shall go. I've enjoyed the live stream, guys. I enjoyed the likes, comment, and subscribes. And we're watching this post thing. I appreciate it. It's been a very random and fun time with y'all. Have a good night. I'm going to go play some games. God bless.